DIY, we need of course our tumbling tile blocks. I have a little box with some wooden numbers. I have some wood glue, some paint at your choice or some furniture wax, your glue gun, and of course a brush and a scissor. These are the main pieces we need for this DIY, and what we're going to make for this DIY is we are going to make a decorative clock. So we will see how this, and with a little bit of a farmhouse touch, so we will see how this turns out. And of course I hope you take out your tumbling tile blocks too. We are going to start with the back side of the clock, and we need first our 8 blocks, and this way it's very easy. We just take our glue, wood glue, we just do a line on the side and like this, and we do it with 7 of our blocks, and this is number 2 and number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, and number 7. And what we're going to do, we are going to row them together very easily this way, and again over here. We're going to do this one over here, and the last we close up with this one, and we're going to squeeze it a little, just give a little pressure. We are going to make a nice straight line like this, and again give it some pressure and make a straight line again like this. And you see already it's very easy to work with it because you can still readjust it. This is already 1, and I'm going to make again 8 blocks. You see 2, 4, 6, 7 and 8, and I'm only going to do the back side in this phase, because or else you will be very bored with me. So I'm going to do number 3, and of course I'm going to place them very easily together. 4 and number 5 and number 6 again, and number 7. So we're going to row them together this way again, like we did with the first row, and squeeze it and press it in, and we're going to make a straight line like this. And now we're going to make the row number 3. So in the last row of 8 blocks, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, we are going to do, and then we're going to close both of them up, and this is already 1 and 2. And you also can do it with your glue gun. You don't have to use wood glue, but if you want to keep it for a long time, then I recommend just do it some wood glue or E6000 or just what you have laying around. I already roll them a little together so I have a little bit more space. And I see already I have 1 too many. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see, I already have enough. And make a straight line, squeeze it again, and you see the glue is coming out, and that doesn't matter. The only thing that we must do before we're going to do it, because I think I'm going to wax this, the outside of the clock at least in the brown rusty color, then I have to sand it, because this pieces of glue give some stain on the block. It's really sucking in, and it gives a strange yeah, it even looks more like if it is, here in the Netherlands we say verbleken, but it bites out. I don't know how I could explain it better, but, and again make a nice straight line, and this is number 3. So in the moment I let it pull in for a little half hour, and then we're going to glue everything together. So I did let the glue dry in for at least half an hour. I'm going to place it on the side, and I'm going to do some glue on the middle of the line, and I'm going to do for this one the same. And of course he's not totally dried, because wood glue takes a little longer of your time to dry, but your projects will stay better in place. So I'm going to do this one and I'm going to row them again together, and this one over here, and then we make a nice straight line this way, and we're going to squeeze it, press it down, and we let this dry in for 1.5 hours. And now I'm going to make a second one of 3 rows of 8. So we made our 2 pieces of our clock, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to take one piece, lay it down, and I'm going to get my blocks. What I'm going to do, I'm going to do some glue in the middle, and I'm going to build it on top of here. This is one, and we're going to do a little in the middle, and we're going to place it over here. We're going to do again in the middle, and we're going to place it over here. We get another one, and we're going to place it over here, and so we go further around. This one looks a little bit more thin than the other block, so we will see how this is looking like. This is one, and we're going to do 3 on this side, again the same like we did on the other side. And in a moment, don't worry, in a moment we're going to straighten them out, because when you are using your wood glue, you still have time to correct your pieces. And again, this one, we made a nice straight line, and we're going to need 2 inside of here. And this is a number 1, and the last one, of course, is over here, and we're going to place it in between. And now we are going to work our way around the end. You have the line, of course, from your plank under it, so you can very easily shape everything and just make a nice line around your piece like this. And then you're going to let it dry in for half an hour. And sometimes do a little bit pressure on the block and just make sure that it sticks in place over here. And now we are going to let this dry in for a half hour, and then we're going to do the next layer. So, and for the next row we are going to make ourselves a little easier. We are just going to make a line over here and in the middle of here and around this side, and this, I hope at least it will work easier. We will see how this will turn out. And we're getting our blocks, and we're going to do the same like we did with the other one. Just lay it down, squeeze a little, do the second one, lay it down, squeeze a little, lay it down, and again squeeze a little on top of here. And we're going to do for the around the corner, squeeze it, lay it down, another one, and squeeze and lay it down. And don't worry if you have one block which is a little bit smaller or bigger, because everyone has the same problem. So also over here we have blocks in the same package which are bigger and smaller. So you don't understand how it's possible. You have one measurement, but every time we have different sizes. So don't worry, everyone has the same. And we're going to do for this one and squeeze. And now the last we're going to get carefully inside and also squeeze and press it down. And we let this dry in also. And then I'm going for 2 layers, but you can of course do your clock a little bit bigger. Then you can do 3 layers, but I think I will go for 2 layers. You see over here, this is how it's looking like. before we're going to put the top on here. So, but you can do it a little thicker. I show that to you in a moment. So I was looking for 2 layers like this, or maybe 3. I will show you 3 if you like more 3. I think I am just going over, and I think I'm also going for the 3 because he will be a little bit thicker and a little bit more like a real clock. So I'm going to make again the same line like we did in a moment. You see, again, the same square we are going to do for the last layer, and like this. And now we're going to build it very easily again, the same like we did with the 2 other rows. I know it's sometimes a little bit boring when I tell you things, but I want for people who enjoy seeing how I make it. I do it step by step, but I understand completely if sometimes if you're not that kind of person, that this is not always your thing. So, but feel free, skip forward if you don't like it. But for everyone who enjoys to see how we make our DIYs, you see already, then you can do it step by step together with us. And we are just like everyone else, also amateurs who just make a DIYs, and we always hope you enjoy what you see. And now the last 2. And again, every time try to squeeze it. And the last one, of course, we have to get it in a little, yep, this way. We have to press it down on the same row like this. And you see, now we have 3 rows before it, and now he looks a little bit more like the thickness of a real clock. So we did let dry in this piece also for half an hour, and we are going to take again our glue. We are going to make another line in the middle over here, and we are going to go this line and a middle over here, and that's already what we need to do. We are going to take the other top we made, and we're going to lay it over all of them, and we make sure that we have it in a straight line, and we are going to give it a little pressure, and we're going to let this dry. And you see, this is how the base of our clock turned out, and we're going to place it this way. It will be like we call here in the Netherlands a pendule. So what we're going to do, I'm going to lay it down. I'm going to do the front. I take my white chalk paint, and I'm going to paint the middle piece in the white color. Of course, not totally to the end, because there will be some blocks again, and I'm not going to do it very thick whitening, but if you like totally in the white color, it's fine too. I always love that the wood is coming through a little bit. So I'm going to do this, but a little music. You see, I distressed a little bit of the middle piece, but of course I did it white. You can do it in any color you like, which is fitting for your decor. What I'm going to do, I'm going to get my wood glue again, and I'm going to make a line the same like we did with the other one, just over here and this way, and we're going to make a line this way and around here and around here and this way. Of course, we have to be sure that we have enough glue. And now we're going to build one row again, the same like we did earlier. And again, place it on top of here. Make sure that you have a straight line. Squeeze it down a little, not too much, but just a little. We're going to go over the corner, or around the corner, that's a better word than over the corner. And like this. And this is already, and I have to go a little bit outside because I'm a little bit too much inside. And this way. I'm going to take the other one, place it down, and have a nice straight line, and I have to squeeze it down. And the next one, and the number 3 on this row already. And we have the 2 blocks to go, and this is already the almost last one. And we are going to squeeze this one inside, make a straight line, and we're going to squeeze it, and we're going to straighten it out, and like this, and we are going to let this dry also. So I also let this dry in for half an hour. I have to place you a little bit straight because you did go away a little. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some block. We're going to make a nice little line in between. I'm going to do on the block, I'm going to do on this side just a little glue over here, and I'm going to place it in this corner but straight up this way. I'm going to do here the same on this ending, a little glue, and we're going to place it in here, and just make sure that you glue it against the line like this, and just keep it in place for a little moment. And so we go around the corner, a little over here, and we're going to place it again over here, and we are going to go again on the ending of the wider side of the block, and again place it over here in a straight line. We're going to go for the corner, around the corner, and we're going to build it and let it come in, and this way. And you see now we get a nice decorative line around it, but of course this is optional. You don't have to do it if you don't like that. Maybe you say this, what is that for crazy crazy line around it? So go ahead, do whatever you think is right. You don't have to do it. And this is already, and almost 2 to go, and the last line. And I'm going to place it over here, and again in a straight line, and the last one. And if all is right, then it's almost fitting. It's not totally, because some blocks are a little bit longer and smaller, but we do our best like this. And of course you see already one is a little smaller than the other. You see we have a little open gap, so I have to look for what I can do with this one. But first I'm going to let it dry. So our clock is drying over here, so I'm going to lay it a little away. I'm going to get 4 blocks, and I'm going to make the legs. And because I always love to make everything as much as I can from tumbling tower blocks, I'm going to do 1 line over here and 1 line over here, and I'm going to lay 1 block on here and the other one also on here, a straight line, squeeze it, and we go to straight line and squeeze it and place it this way. This is 1. We're going to lay it on the side, squeeze it, and this is 1. We are going to make the top, at least it gives a nice handle on top of our clock. So I'm going to glue 2 of my little half blocks, and this is not really a half, this is 1/3 of a block. So I use 2 pieces of 1/3 of a block, and I'm going to place it against 1 full block, and this way just squeeze them together and make sure that you have a straight line, and let this dry also. So I wanted to show you also a little bit closer. So the legs are very easy, just 2 blocks on top of each other, and we are going to paint them in the black color. And this is the top for our clock, and this is also 1 block, like I said, and 1/3 pieces, but you also can do in half, just as big as you want to have it. So then you see it also a little bit closer. It's sometimes better than I explain it. And I took 1 googly eyes, a little bit of this size. Is yeah, if you see, he's a little bit thicker than my thumb. Of course, my thumb is a little bit thicker, so I don't know if this is a comparison or not, but at least he has this size. And I'm going to glue, I'll paint all these pieces in the black color, and I use my schoolboard paint. So very easy, just, oh, I am already having some plastic on top of my, and I love the matte finish of my schoolboard paint, so that's why I use schoolboard paint. But if you want this maybe spray painted in silver or in gold, it's also looking very nice, so you can do that also. Our black pieces are drying, and of course the middle piece, our googly eye, is also dried up. What I'm going to do, I'm going to take my wooden my wooden numbers, I'm so sorry, and I'm going to make, of course, with a 1 and a 2, I'm going to make my 12, I'm going to make a 3 and a 6 and a 9. So very easy. I'm going to glue them inside of here. And I'm going to do here the 3, 6 and 9. And then I'm going to make my hands of my clock, but you will see that in a moment. First I'm going to glue the numbers inside, and I'm going to try to do it with some wood glue, because then I can still remove it, and with your glue gun it dries up so fast that you can't still readjust it anymore. So I'm going to do this the first time. I'm just going to try to do some wood glue. I don't know if this will work or not. Maybe this is one disaster, we'll see. And I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to do the 2, and I'm not going to do on the whole piece, just on little pieces. And I'm going to place the 2 over here, and then I hope I still can readjust it a little bit. And that's the harder thing with glue from your glue gun. You can't redo it anymore. So I'm going to make the numbers, and then we're going to do the hands. Now I'm going to make the hands of the clock, and I'm going to take, because I was thinking I have a little space in between, so not a lot of space, I'm going to take once the number 1, and I'm going to, you see already, this is, I hold them to my white sweater so you can see it better. I did 1 on this side, and I'm going to turn 1 over and to do on this side, and now you see it still looks like an arrow. So I'm going to do some glue. I'm going to measure out, lay them over here. First I'm going to look for where I want to have them, and I need another one of 2 sets, and I'm going to place them also over here, and I'm going to look where I want to have them, because one needs to look longer than the other one. So I think I'm going for this one, this set over here, and it doesn't have to fit totally, because later we will pop it off with some googly eye. I have to look if maybe this is the right way. I have to get it in the middle, so work just a little bit, and it has to be your own feeling where you think it needs to be here or it needs to be here. So I'm going to just work a little bit, and I'm going to glue them with wood glue. See how our clock turned out. Of course you can do it totally in your own taste. If you don't like this and you find it maybe the numbers a little too big, or you want something else, it doesn't matter, just do whatever you think it's right. This is just an inspiration. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to glue my stands under it, and maybe I am still debating if I'm going to do 2 stripes here, 2 stripes here, 2 here, and maybe 2 here. I think I like that, but I have to be sure that I really like what I do, because it's a pencil and you can never get it away. So I'm going to glue I'm turning this over, and I'm going to glue my feet. And you will see I'm doing one in the middle of this block and one in the middle of this block, and then they stand out on each side a little piece. And we are going to do that also with wood glue. So the feet are almost dried up. What I'm going to do, I took a piece of a lid of a bottle, of some plastic bottle, you know where you have your water in. I just took the lid, and I'm going to glue this in the middle over here, and then I'm going to place this one over here. I think it finishes off a little bit better than only this piece. So if you have a lid laying around, just use this one. So we glued it on top of here, and now we let this dry also for at least an hour. So you see the top is glued on, of course, and I did the little stripes in between. I am not sure if I am satisfied with it. I have really no idea what to think of it. So maybe later you won't see them anymore, but for now I keep them this way, and maybe it grows on me. I have really no idea. The only thing what we still need to do is give it a rustic look, and I'm going to give it some furniture wax, and I'm going to use a very cheap brand furniture wax. But you can also, maybe if you use some paint, you already probably painted before you glue the pieces on, before you glue this one on, this one, and of course his feet. But I'm going to use my furniture wax, and I'm going to give it a nice rustic look. So I'm going to take my time for it, because I love the rustic look, but I will do this with some music. So I have him in the furniture wax, and I'm going to take a piece of kitchen towel, and I'm just going to wipe the wax we don't need away. And in a moment you will see a quick impression.